Hey kids, Mr. Fly here, hope you're well. Out and about today on the Tiger 900. Bit of a sad day because unfortunately Triumph have got hold of me, tracked me down and told me they're going to come and pick the bike up tomorrow. So this is likely my last ride on the bike. So I thought I'd just come out for a final ride as it stopped raining now and just give you my closing thoughts on the bike. So if you're interested in the Tiger 900, stick around and stay tuned. Okay, so I've had the Tiger 900 now for, well, coming up for 3 months actually, but I've not ridden it quite as much as I would have liked to have done really, because that 3 months has included 2 months of total lockdown during this whole coronavirus thing, so that was a bit of a nuisance. But I have had a month's worth of riding. I've not been able to go away, take the bike away, do a tour, stay overnight, that sort of thing, which would have been nice. But I have ridden the bike as much as I can, and hopefully you've seen some of my other videos that I've made. My initial review, I went through all the specs and stuff, so if you're after that, go and check out that review. I'll put a link in the corner. And I've been through all the pros and cons of the bike as well on other videos, so do check those out. I'll build a specific Tiger 900 playlist so you can watch them all in one go. And again, maybe I'll put a link to that in the corner. Is that looking still there? So yeah, this video is really just going to be my closing thoughts on the bike really. Am I going to miss it? And well, spoiler alert, yeah I am. That's the straightforward answer to that one. It's been an absolutely lovely bike. I've really enjoyed it. There aren't that many bikes that I ride where I think, do you know what, this is a bike that I would like, but I absolutely could live with this one. It's a very, very easy bike to live with for a number of reasons. Access only. Well, I am accessing. Let's see what happens. So the first thing that makes it easy to live with, I guess, for me anyway, is the comfort of the bike. It just feels a really nice place to be, which is why I regret not having done a tour on it really, because I think you could ride this all day long and be in, you know, great comfort. Seats nice and big and well padded, nice wide handlebars, good weather protection. It's just a really nice place to be. Right, let's see if I can get through here. Priority over oncoming vehicles. And then the other thing that makes it really easy to live with, for me at least, is the bike feels nice and light as well to move around. So not only when you're riding it, where it feels supremely agile, much more agile than its big adventure bike looks would have you think, but actually at home as well, when you're moving the bike in and out of the garageway, moving it around on your drive, that sort of thing. Speed camera there. It's just not a terribly hefty bike to shift around, which, if you're in the adventure bike market, for me are really important things. We're not all 6-foot giants, and you know, that counts you out of some of the more popular adventure bikes if you are a smaller person. Whereas this one, let's say, it's still a big bike, but it's not an absolute giant of a machine. Then there's the riding of it, which is just beautiful. I've already mentioned the agile handling, but things like the quick shifter on here, really, really nice. It's the best. I've mentioned it in my other videos, but the quick shifter on here, I think it's possibly the best quick shifter I've ever come across. Doesn't matter whether you're going down the box, up the box, if you're slow speed, the engine's under load or not, it just takes it. And it doesn't feel like you're smashing gears up in the gearbox. Sometimes with quick shifters, it just feels like you're cheating the gearbox and you're not really doing it any good by using it, but that's not the case here. How are we doing on that rear camera? Yeah, still upright, good. So just in case you're wondering, I've just ridden through Chesham. I'm just coming around one of my little favourite back lanes around here. This one heads up to a place called Cheney's. It's just a really nice lane, given you're, you know, within about 30 miles of central London. It's just a lovely lane. Nice and twisty, a bit bumpy, so sorry if the camera image is all over the place. It's just a nice little lane to squirt down. It's usually very busy, the usual scourge of the southeast. But I am recording this on a Sunday, so you never know. So far so good. So yeah, overall I am going to miss this bike. I could now do with the space back in the garage, mind you, but it has been a lovely machine to ride and get to know. A few things about it I don't like, and again I've covered these off in previous videos, but the things that particularly stick in my mind is this TFT I'm just not a big fan of. I've fiddled around with it. You know, it's very customizable, you can change it. I just haven't found a presentation that I really like. I don't like this digital RPM on this one, for example. But it is quite a nice bright TFT. It does everything you want it to do. One of the big downsides that I didn't mention in previous videos is the syncing up with your phone. Now I have done that, in that I managed to connect my phone using Bluetooth to it. But that only seemed to work for phone functionality. If you want stuff like the basic sat-nav functionality, then you have to go through the Triumph app and connect that to the TFT as well, or to the Bluetooth module. I did of course download the app to my phone. I was very keen to give that a try. I've downloaded the manual for the bike, I've studied that, but try as I might, I cannot get the navigation app or indeed the GoPro features to connect with the bike. So if you're going to buy the bike with those sort of things are high in your mind, then you know, think carefully, because unless you've got a dealer that's really techie savvy, and maybe some are, I don't know, then you might struggle to get that to work. I mean, those electronic bits and pieces, those extra things, I tend to think of those as icing on the cake, you know, cherries on top, as it were. And I would buy a bike for the basic things. Does it do the basic things right? Is it comfortable? Does it handle nicely? Does it sound good? Is it a bike that you want to ride? And on all four of those things, absolutely 100% this engine is an absolute peach. I've already said it's comfortable. It goes like stink, it handles beautifully. The basic things is 100%, 10 out of 10 got them covered. In fact, for me, it would be a better bike if it was, say, £2 cheaper, but didn't have all the electronic bells and whistles. And in fact, funny I should mention that, because they do make a basic Tiger. This one that I'm on isn't the basic one, this is the GT Pro, so the sort of top spec road focused one. The other top spec one is the Rally Pro. But they do make a basic Tiger 900, and do you know what, I think if I were buying one of these I might be tempted to go for that. Because you're still going to have all those things that are absolutely brilliant about this bike, the lovely ride, the great engine note, the comfort and so on. And presumably you can spec up some of the other things you might want, so stuff like heated grips I would definitely have. Now, I can't remember if the basic bike comes with a TFT or not, but personally I'd rather have a basic display, I think. I'm a dinosaur when it comes to that sort of thing. I'd rather just have a couple of dials, to be honest. So I definitely wouldn't miss that. I'm really glad the bike doesn't have keyless ignition. I know a lot of people are really keen on that. It's not for me. This is a sneaky little corner. And again, I don't know off the top of my head whether the basic bike comes with a quick shifter. Smooth you up a bit, because you definitely want that. Man, it's busy here. You'd never know we were still in a pandemic, would you? This is Cheney's. How are we doing on that rear camera? Moving a little bit. Let's move you up a bit. And then while I'm having a bit of a whinge about the bike as well, and don't get me wrong, as I say, overall I love this bike. It's one of the better bikes I've ever ridden, for sure. So I'm sort of clutching at straws here. Splitting hairs maybe. But I know, you know, making a buying choice about a bike is an important thing, so it's important to know all these things, I think. And don't forget, this is just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right, you might disagree with me. These are just things I've noticed. But the other thing I don't like about all the electronic wizardry on here is the way they're controlled via the little joystick down here, which I just find fiddly and gets in the way of the indicator. I'm always having to look to see where that is. Clear, clear. What I do like though is the way this bike goes. And that's kind of why, as I say, I regret having not been able to do a tour on this. I think it would be a great bike for that. Another thing I don't like about this bike, the GT Pro, The colour schemes, this is the white one obviously, comes in a red as well, which I think I prefer, but the best looking of all of them is definitely the Rally Pro in the green. If you could get that paint scheme on the basic bike, that would be the one I'd go for. Sadly I don't think that scheme is available on the basic bike, but overall, as I say, Triumph have done a really nice job on this. I was a big fan of the Tiger 800, the predecessor to this bike, and all they've done is improved it. I mean, it's a completely different bike now. It has a passing resemblance to the old bike, I suppose, but I love the new styling. The lights on the front look great and bring it more in line with the bigger Tiger 1200. That engine with the new firing order is an absolute peach. You probably can't hear it on this mic very well, but it just sounds lovely when you wind her up. And it just spins up so quick, it's really lively. If you took this bike abroad, Spain or somewhere, got on some of those lovely twisty roads that you get in Spain, you could have a lot of fun on this. And not only that, you can carry a lot of kit on it as well, with the panniers on. And a pillion as well, comfy place for a pillion. Now I hesitate to say it because this is always seen as a bad thing, but as an all-rounder, this bike is an absolute winner. If you're only going to have one motorcycle to do everything, do you know, I haven't come across a better one than this. Absolutely love it. So I'm hoping that maybe later on in the year, probably a little while, I can get Triumph to let me have a go on the Rally Pro, so I could do a sort of direct comparison between the two bikes, because I do think, as I say, that one looks the best. And also I would like to give it a little bit of a try, because I feel quite confident on this bike. I would like to give it a try off-road as well. I thought about doing a green lane on this today, but this one has got bog standard road tyres on it, which don't have a lot of tread, and it has been raining lately. Even though I'm recording this in the middle of June, we've just gone through a spell of particularly cold and wet and horrible weather, which is weird because we've had an amazing spring, so we needed a bit of rain, so I'm not complaining about that either. But yeah, I didn't want to risk on these road tyres going up a green lane and then dropping it right at the end of my loan period, having had it trouble-free for 3 months, then dropping it and bending something and having to pay for it. But if I'm going to go on the Rally Pro, then I will endeavour to do a green lane or two on that, just to see what it's like off-road. I suspect it'll be brilliant. Triumph said that one of the reasons they changed the engine into this new T-crank firing order is that it makes it a bit more grunty for off-road. Now I don't know, if at my level of off-road riding I probably wouldn't even notice that, but I'd like to give that a go. But I suspect overall this road going bike is the better bike for me, because I'm not a massive off-road fan. I like to do the odd green lane, but I mainly do it because it just improves your riding generally. And I think most people would use these bikes, as I would, as a touring and everyday machine. Great range of seat heights on these as well, so again, if you're a shorty like me, you can get your feet flat down, no problem. So thank you to Triumph for lending me this bike for so long. It is a shame it's got to go back. My overall summary then is just overwhelmingly positive, even though I've had a little bit of a grumble on this video about some of the things that annoy me about the bike. They are, as I say, really are splitting hairs. The basic things on this bike are absolutely right. The way it feels, handles, the cost of the basic bike in particular, very, very good. I think I'm right in saying off the top of my head you can get the basic bike for less than 10 grand. Well, this is an absolute bargain for less than 10 grand. I really love the bike and I shall miss it. So yeah, thanks again to Triumph for lending me the bike. Don't forget to go and check out my other videos, as I say, on this machine. There's plenty on the channel here about the Tiger 900. As I say, I hope to bring you some more in the future as well. So if you haven't done so already, do click that subscribe button, and that way you won't miss the future videos. Alright, that's it for now. If you're interested in the kit I'm wearing, by the way, stick around till the end. I'll do my little fashion segment as well at the end of the video. Alright, that's it for now. Look forward to speaking to you again soon. Until then, this has been the Mr. Fly. Cheerio. Okay, fashion segment time then. Often people ask me in the comments on videos, what was that bit of kit you're wearing? I'm lucky enough to have quite a lot of kit. And instead of answering all the comments, let me take you through what I'm wearing, just so you know what I've got on me bods. Let me put the helmet down because it's a bit windy today, hope you can hear me. So starting at the top then, my Shoei helmet. This is a Shoei NXR my sort of go-to helmet actually, particularly when I'm doing stuff with the camera. It's a great helmet, I love it. Showy helmets, you can't go wrong. I'll stick a link below to this particular one if you're interested, down at Sports Bike Shop. I'll put links to everything I'm wearing down below, and they're all Sports Bike Shop, and just for complete clarity, those are affiliate links, so if you click on those and you end up buying something, I do get a little bit of a kickback, but at no more cost to you, so you're helping out the channel if you do click on those links, so thank you for that. Alright, so that was the helmet. Jacket, this is my Richer Arc jacket. I've done a review on this actually. If I can, I'll put a card in the corner for that review. Brilliant jacket. It's a proper Gore-Tex jacket, laminated, so you got none of that messing about if it rains of having an inner liner to worry about. It is properly waterproof, and it's warm in winter and it's cool in summer. Don't know how they do that, it's just the nature of Gore-Tex. It's really, really nice, so love that. Working down, what else? Oh, gloves. These are from a company called Racer, relatively new to this country I think. They're a French manufacturer, and these are the Racer Hailwood gloves. Didn't think I was going to like them to start with because they look a bit odd, but they're really comfy, they fit well, and they've got fingertips on them that let you use your phone and sat nav and stuff, so you can, you know, do stuff with them. And then they've got this really clever little strap there. Often that strap is a pain to do up when you've got your other glove on, but that one's sort of attached with a bit of elastic. Maybe one day I'll do a full review of them, but yeah, these gloves they just work well, and they feel nice and protective, and they're tactile, so they're great. Again, link below. The Racer Hailwood, I think they're called. Coming down, my jeans. You've seen these many times before. These are my Oxford original approved jeans. I've got a couple of pairs of these, a blue set and a black set, depending on what mood I'm in. Let's go this way. Actually, let's move this camera. I'm hoping you can see my jeans and my boots that I'm wearing with that camera perhaps. Anyway, yeah, so these jeans, again, very, very clever bits of technology. They're very protective, but they've got a special weave, a special fabric that Oxford have come up with. That means you don't have to have all that weird yellow padding in your jeans. Keeps them nice and thin. They feel like normal jeans to wear, but they are just as protective as proper biking jeans. In fact, I think they might be even more protective technically than leather. So like them, they look good. I've got mine in a slim fit, so they're not all baggy. If I go to a restaurant back in the days, or a cafe back in the days when you can do that when you're out on the bike, you don't look daft in them. And then last but not least, on my fashion segment, my boots. These are my TCX Baja GT. I think they're called GTX. Baja GTX from TCX. Awful lot of letters there. They're kind of off-roady, but they're what I wear when I'm riding an adventure bike, and they're Gore-Tex, so they're properly waterproof, and they're also very, very protective. They got, because they go up the ankle, they've got lots of padding in all the right spots. And again, I shall stick a link below to those. Go and check them out if you're interested. So all this stuff I heartily recommend to you. All top-notch kit. Alrighty, I better go and find some place to take a thumbnail for this video. Alright, speak to you later. Cheerio.